What's good, YouTube? Hey, man. It's your boy Towel, man. Back at it again with another one, man. You feel me? How y'all doing? You feel me? How you doing? How's your day? How's your week? How's your hour? What you got going on right here, right now? You feel me? Shit, don't even matter. Come on, let's take some deep breaths. You feel me? Not to hop straight into it. We hopping straight into it. No warnings. You feel me? No hesitation. We hopping straight into it. Today we're gonna be talking about the power of forgiveness and what it means to truly forgive not only yourself. I ain't talking about forgiving yourself. I'm talking about forgiving the people around you, the people in your life, the people in your life path journey that you feel though as if that they did you wrong, or in some other cases you feel like you did some people wrong. You feel me? Ask those people for forgiveness. Reach out and ask for forgiveness. And by reaching out, I mean reaching in. You feel me? Reaching into your heart. Because oftentimes you don't even have to you can, but you don't even gotta reach out to the person and say, please forgive me for such and such this and that. You can though. You can. But ultimately, I find that just by asking your spirit for forgiveness and asking their spirit for forgiveness, which is the one soul, which is the one heart, the one mind, by putting that out into the ether, it reaches them and you can be forgiven that way. Now, let's talk about the properties of forgiveness. Some of the things that happens when you allow the energy of forgiveness into your life. You feel me? Now, I'm a little sporadic when it comes to videos and different things of that nature, so I took me some notes. Deal with it. You feel me? Alright, let's hop straight into it. Now, right over here, hold on, bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Right here. Stop number one, letting go of resentment. Now, see, forgiveness, when you have a lot of things that you're holding on to that you haven't forgiven yourself or other people for, you hold a lot of poison internally. Like, it's a whole lot of poison building up inside of your soul, inside of your heart, son. Of you heavy. You got some metal in the pedal inside of you. You feel me? You got hella poison within resentment, because resentment, it don't benefit you. It don't benefit them. It don't benefit you. So why you holding on to it? Let it go, big fella. Let it go, big fella. Let it go, my lady. Let it go. Let it go. You feel me? Because it really is not helping you at all. It's really not. And I know this from personal experience. The times when I was holding on to things and holding on to grudges. But I tell you, growing up as a child, I don't know if it's because I'm a Leo. I don't know what it is, but it is because I'm a Leo. And Leos, my fellow Leos, shout out to all my Leos out there. Fellow Leos. Yes, sir. You feel me? But, holding on to certain things, as much as Leos like to give out that love, as much as, we love to give and love to love, I noticed that the shadow of that, the downside to that is that, hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga, I like to hold grudges, or I used to like to hold grudges, until I realized, you could be the only nigga in the room. Like, say there's somebody in the room who did you something, who did you wrong or some type of shit, you feel me? And y'all in a group setting, you the only motherfucker in the room feeling some sort of resentment towards that person. Ain't that something? You feel me? You holding on to all of this poison. Sometimes, in a lot of cases, the motherfucker or the mother lover done already forgot about whatever it is that you think y'all got going on. You feel me? So really, that poison Ain't nobody else bearing it with you. Ain't nobody else holding it with you. You the only one holding that. So let that shit go. It ain't serving you. Moving on to point number 2. Emotionally and within your behavior, when you haven't forgiven certain things yo, my words, man. Bear with me. I'm a little excited. You know, emotionally and within your behavioral patterns. Look at that. And your behavioral patterns, you tend to attract a lot of the same things from back then. You feel me? Because by holding on to that, I know there's an element to being childlike within life. You must move life with a mindset of a child. Like, you must be free flowing with it. However, there's a difference between childlike and childish. You feel me? Childish is when you retain the negative behaviors from your childhood that you was growing up with that ain't no longer serving you, which is causing you to attract more and more of those same experiences that made you feel some type of way back then. Like, for example, if you got let's say you had a very controlling aunt or an uncle or some shit, and you felt a lot of resentment towards them. Until you forgive them, you will notice within your life, you holding that within you, and because it's inside of you, it's reflecting out of you. And what you might notice is, say you get a girlfriend or some shit, that girlfriend might be very controlling. You feel me? Just because that's a part of you, that energy is you carrying on to that. So let that shit go. It ain't serving you. If you want to attract the things that you really want to attract, the things that you've been talking about attracting, but you notice that you ain't attracting, that you ain't getting jack squat, my nigga, you gotta let go. You gotta let go of all of that resentment inside of you. You feel me? Because vibrations work like this, right? You gotta put your full heart into it. You gotta put your whole entire energy into it. You can't have some energy over there and have some energy over there, think you're gonna get to over here. It don't work like that. You gotta put your entire energy into it. Meaning, you have to, when you feel good, you gotta genuinely be feeling good. You can't just say, oh, I feel good, but as soon as such and such come around, man, I ain't feeling good no more, because, I feel some type of way about that person. Now listen here. What sense does it make for you to allow another human being like yourself to dictate how you feel internally? It just don't make no sense to me. You feel me? And for the longest, holding on to all of these grudges and resentment towards myself and other people from the past, at a certain point, I kind of say, you know what? I've been noticing the same patterns and the same rhythm over and over. I kind of want to create something new, you feel me? I kind of want to make some new music with my life. I kind of want to vibe to a different frequency, vibe to a different dance, you feel me? I kind of want to dance my way into abundance, you feel me? Yes, sir. Moving on. It's like, bro, the best way I could put it, sis, is it's unnecessary heavy baggage. When you flying to another state or flying out the country or some shit, or hell, you flying to the next city. For those of you motherfuckers that live in California, yo, can you imagine? Hey, y'all Texas folks ain't safe either. Taking inside of the state flights, man, that's something. You feel me? But shit, I done switched up the page and shit. Yeah, like that unnecessary heavy baggage really ain't doing you no good. It's not. In order to really flow through life, through space and time freely, you have to be as light as the butterfly, just flowing and floating. When you carrying all that resentment inside of you, you heavy, dog. You're not grounded. You may think you grounded because you you know, you got this protection around you, like nah, you know, like that's not protecting you. You think it is, but it's really not protecting you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Damn, it's getting dark out here. I ain't gonna rush it, but we're gonna wrap this up. You feel me? All right now. Essentially, resentment, the best way I could put it is it's a bleeding wound. It's like an open wound that at any moment the littlest thing can trigger that wound to start bleeding again. You feel me? Or to expand on the bleeding, because it's already bleeding by the simple fact that it's an open wound that you haven't healed, that you haven't, you know, put behind you. You feel me? And shout out to Dr. Joe Dispenza, because I remember he said something along the lines of, until you're able to view a situation from the past, from the lens of source, and you're receiving wisdom from it rather than receiving emotional charge, meaning when you think about a past experience, how does it make you feel? Does that shit make you feel like, hey, man, fuck that nigga or fuck that gal? You feel me? Or we ain't gonna go there, but does it make you feel resentment towards the person or yourself that was involved within the experience? Or do you see wisdom from that? Or do you say, oh, okay, this is what it taught me. Okay, without that, I wouldn't have been able to go through that experience, which then led me through that, and which then led me through understanding that and learning about that and figuring this out for myself and knowing this about life. You know, all types of different wisdom and overstanding. You feel me? I ain't gonna get it then. Next time, we're gonna record these videos in broad daylight. I'll tell you that. Alright, shit. Where is it? Yeah, like it in regards to karma, right? Your karmic cycle. As some of you know, karma is something that, you know, we think about here and there. You know, like those of you who fuck with energy and who be getting into energy and different things of that nature, you might be like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this bad thing or this, that, and third, because I know it's gonna come back to me. You feel me? Well, forgiveness, in a sense, when you can forgive yourself for something that occurred to you or something that you did in the past, you're breaking that karmic cycle. You're cleansing that karmic cycle. And bear with me. And even beyond that, you're breaking generational curses within your family. I'm talking about the shit that your daddy did, the shit that your mama did, the shit that your grandpa did that wasn't worthy. You feel me? You, by forgiving yourself and by forgiving them and by forgiving the past experiences, you can in turn propel your whole family bloodline forward just by forgiving the fucked up shit that's been going on in the fam for generations type shit. You feel me? It's up to you. You feel me? Cause in regards to like the generational curses and shit, man, it'd be a whole lot of needless suffering. I know your ass growing up, you were like, man, all my family members and shit, to a certain degree, they believe in this aspect, especially those y'all from like the Christian background and shit. Like, you ever notice like, yo, my peoples, my folks, they think like they got to suffer needlessly. Like they think suffering is a part of life, like it's a part of the process. And I will agree with them to a certain degree. In the beginning, if you have no knowledge of self, you will suffer. However, oh yeah, one thing, man, English is not my first language. First and foremost, I'm like, yo, these words, man. But yeah, by breaking the karmic cycles, you can break all of that needless suffering. You feel me? Like, it's not necessary. All right. Let's see. Let's go on and wrap this up. Yeah. Moving forward, it helps you in moving forward. You feel me? Like, I'm telling you, if you're trying to move forward, if you're trying to get to the next level in your life, the next stage within your life, if you're trying to really do things, or if you've been at a certain space where you felt like there's a certain blockages within you in regards to your manifestation process, in regards to creating the life of your dream, my nigga, You gotta forgive yourself, and you gotta forgive others. Not only for what they did to you, but for what you did to them. And forgive yourself for what you did. It don't matter what you did. You are worthy of forgiveness as well, my guy, my lady. Never forget that. You are a part of source energy. Mama Natural will take care of you as well. It doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter what you've been through. You are worthy of forgiveness. You are worthy of the vibration of freedom. You are worthy of the vibration of peace and unity. You feel me? By having all that resentment inside of you, you kind of, your energy scattered. It's like pieces of you are over there, pieces of you are over here, over there, because you got all of this energy that's like all over the place, and you feel like you can't get it back because you have all this tension inside of you. Forgiveness will cleanse you of all that tension and shit. You feel me? Last but not least, really it just helps you to create, because your creative process depends heavily upon your internal state of being. And when there's tension, you end up creating fragmented type of things. If you want the wholeness, if you want to create wholefully or holistically, you got to forgive. Last but not least, you just learn to love and appreciate life, or love and appreciate life, because that's all we can ever really do. You feel me? Like, life is a journey, it's an experience. Don't hold on to unnecessary bullshit. Yeah, I said it just like that. Don't hold on to unnecessary bullshit. You gotta keep it moving, big fella. You got to. My lady, it don't matter what she did to you. It don't matter what he did to you. Let that shit go. My guy, it don't matter what she did to you. Let it go. It don't matter what your mama did, what your uncle did, what your grandpa did. It don't matter who it was. It could have been a random school teacher for all I care. You know what I mean? It don't matter what they did. Just let that shit go. Let it go. Anyways, I'm going to leave y'all on a positive note. You are worthy. You are abundant. You are prosperous. You are free. You are full of love. You are full of light. You are the creator of your reality. Remember that. Remember that. Lion and Zion.